Let's going on, Pride Nation, and welcome to the One Pride podcast. And I am your host for the Skeleton Crew tonight, Mr. MicroMike. And I am here with Antonio Hightower, also known as Tone. What's going on, Tone?
What's up, guys?
What's going on? Maybe I got to turn my microphone. Maybe I got to turn it up a little bit. I see that we got Pat Blueball here. Brighter Days, Full Impact Pick 6, Best Wine. Let's see, Sports Madness, Below Zero, Butcher's Block. We have Go Lions, Shadow Chief, Lions Disease, One Pride Nation, Big G in Texas, and Dr. Detroit. Holy smokes, the Dern. Hey, Dern, I did send you a link if you want to get in. Very well, Dern. Let's see, he is in here. So, what's going on, folks? And geez, my God, we got Zra to the Nah, Chris Cash Bar. Welcome to the OPP. Again, folks, it is hashtag Truck Strong because our guy is healing up, man, and his wife is trying to heal up. So let's continue those prayers and keep that thing going. And let's just get straight into it. So news came out that TJ Hawkinson's ankle looks really good. Antonio Hightower, what is your thoughts about that?
So actually, I saw the video of him and George Kittle working out. And then I saw another video of him running routes. His ankle do look pretty good at the moment. I'm not surprised. I know they say he's been running routes for a while. Then we already saw the video of him working out with George Kittle and everything. Ankle looks pretty all right. I think he'd be good by the time the season come around.
That's facts, man. That's kind of what I said earlier when the reports came out that he wasn't fully healed with ankle. I wasn't too worried about that as more of the concussion. And to me, like, concussion's actually a big deal. When it comes to ankle, he's a young guy. I think he would heal up. And by seeing the video and him doing perfectly fine, it should be a little bit ease of this atrocious offseason so far. What's going on, Josh Jackson? Dwayne Hogan, the Gridiron Bullets. Noble Sports TA, he's getting ready to have some fun on a vacation, so good luck to him. It is that time of the year. Oh, my God. That's right. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see TJ Hawkinson get back up in there. We're just a couple weeks from training camp, and we really can see. But, yes, man, are you excited to see TJ Hawkinson get up in there and show off a little bit here in a couple weeks?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like he has to show out to make up for some of the weaknesses we have in our offense, like the fact they can't create separation. So maybe he can make up for that fact.
That's facts on facts crime, man. We got to be able to get separation if he can make the routes and continue his healing, in which I do think he is. That's good for me. TJ Hawkinson is going to be an integral part to this offense, folks. He is the guy. He can be an X factor in offense. He really can be, and I think he's going to impress compared to his rookie season. And it's imperative that ankle stay healed and stay good to go for the 2020 season, because dang it, we got enough going on when it comes to health this year. Hey, what's going on, Craig Ferguson? He says, what's up, Micro and One Pride Nation? Folks, this is just me and him. If you want to throw questions in there while we are going, if I see one that's fine, I will just go ahead and ask it right then and there, because this is what happens, folks, when your boy gets injured and also, all sorts of stuff. So, again, prayers to Travis Troxel and his family. A.T. Abdul Terrell, what's going on, man? Welcome. Woo! I'm ready to go, man. I'm Lockcock Ray Bro. Let's get to that second question, though. NFL employees rank Matthew Stafford as the 10th best QB in the NFL. What do you think about that, Tone?
I think that's kind of interesting. I definitely think Stafford is actually better than than being a top 10 QB. I actually think he could be a top 5 QB, actually. Because interestingly, I was looking up some stuff earlier because I was trying to compare Chase Daniels and Cam Newton. So I made this chart. And then, like, if you notice on the chart, like, I don't know if I could fill up that chart. That chart is like, basically the chart, they had like Matthew Stafford in like the top 5 QBs. Like Matthew Stafford was like really good last year.
He was, man. He was. Tell him how good he was, man.
Yeah, he was amazing last year. I don't know if it would let me bring this up, this chart that I got. I don't know that can I bring this up?
I'm not 100% sure, but you can at least talk about it. You can talk about it.
So basically on this chart that I made, it basically has like there's really only dudes that really was above Stafford was like Lamar, Mahomes, Drew Brees, Tannehill, guys like that. But the thing about it is, it's not just talking about passing; it's talking about running and passing. So those guys' numbers are like inflated compared to like a guy like Stafford because he's a pocket passer.
Yeah.
Also, I learned that our backup QBs were complete dirt trash. Like I thought they were. Like, oh God.
Oh my God, that's facts. Again, you know what's interesting? The stats prove it even with your paper.
Like I knew they was bad, but when I saw they had David Blau and like man,
where they have Trubisky ranked on there? Is he higher than our backup?
I actually think he is.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But he's not about actually Driscoll is slightly above him, sort of. It's weird. They do about the same, which is the Bears better hope them tight ends can throw passes.
Bum 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 bum. Yeah, if Stafford goes down, we're in a world of hurt, folks. We are in a world of hurt. We need to make sure that Stafford stays in there. I see some questions. I will get to them. I promise I will do that. Yes, I'm hyped. I'm psyched. I'm lock, cock, and Ray Rock. I don't know. I got fire underneath my skin. I got fire. I see there's 102 in the chat. Please hit that like button. Hit that like button. It helps the video accumulate. Last week, Tuesday, we got 200 likes. And let's get above 200 today. And when you flow in, just keep hitting that like, man, and subscribe to the channel. A lot of the folks who listen are not my subscribers. Subscribe, it helps. 139 in chat. Let's get 139 likes up in there. Matthew Stafford, they say top 10. I agree. I actually think that's about, I have him about 7. More of my issues is just the injury in the spine. I think that this offense with Darrell Bevel really helps Matthew Stafford, and you do the play action pass, and having all these weapons really, really helps. But I'm still concerned about the injury. And I think Matthew Stafford, our guy, if healthy through 16 games, he could be the difference maker required for our team to really make a push. And I agree with that assessment. I think that's pretty much spot on. In all honesty, so I am happy that they got there. I cannot wait to see what you just have there. I want to see what rank is Chase Daniel is. That's curious. Is he even in the top 60? That would be base or top 64.
Surprisingly, Chase Daniels is like really good last year.
Oh my God! I know he beat us on Thanksgiving. And that was important for them.
Because I was trying to compare Chase Daniels to like what's his name? Cam Newton. David Blau was better than Cam Newton. Daniel Jones was way whoever I forget they backup. Kyle Allen, he was way better than Cam Newton. Chase Daniels was actually like above average.
Oh, wow. Okay. I think Cam Newton's going to have a bounce back year. I do. ISN Shadow Chief says, who do the Lions need to draft to make their offense more dynamic? To draft? We're talking about the draft already? Oh, man, to make it dynamic. I think it would have to. What's that?
Oh, that would have to be Jamar Chase.
Explain yourself.
Oh, first of all, this offense needs more. Like they need receivers who can create separation. They need more deep threats. Jamar Chase gives you all that. He can run with the ball. He's super strong. He's hard to press. If you saw what he did against Alabama, he looked really good against them. And they had Trayvon Diggs. And if you know anything about Alabama, they got another first round corner coming out this year. Patrick Surtain II. You probably heard of his father. He's a former NFL cornerback. He's probably going to be a first-round pick. Destroyed them. He could run. Like, he just has everything. Now, he might be a top 5, top 10 pick. So, I doubt we'd be able to get him.
Yeah, it depends where we draft, folks. If we're drafting early in the draft, we got to take quarterback because it's probably going to have a new regime. If we're drafting late in the draft, best player available. I always believe that, and you never know, man. That is really too early to really be saying. I mean, if we don't have a season, though, folks, I promise you, I will be dropping players about the draft. We don't have a season, but man, I know we got. I don't know if we're gonna extend Taylor Decker. That'll be interesting. So if that's not the case, if we don't extend him, maybe take a left tackle in the draft. I think that's very, very possible. He says
it's not extending Taylor Decker.
you don't believe they are.
I think it's gonna be either one or two things. I think they're either gonna franchise him, trade him, or they're gonna extend him. And I think there's a good chance they might just franchise him, then trade him, or trade him this season. But I doubt that.
Yeah, that's an interesting situation to go on. He needs to have a. I think he's a average left tackle. You know, it just depends what they decide to do. You know, you could do worse, you could do better. It's one of those things. So that'll be interesting to look going forward. What they do with Taylor Decker. I'd like for him to do better. You know, ever since his injury, that was kind of what slowed him down. But it'll be interesting. O-line is only question. Our skill position is top 5 easy. Yeah, this year I think our skill position is extremely well. When we talk about wide receivers, tight ends, and running back, what say you, Tone?
I don't know if I would put us top 5. I think it's really good, but like I take the Chiefs over us.
Yeah, that's 49ers.
True. I definitely take the 49ers.
Yeah.
Who else would I take? I might take the Packers, but nah.
No,
the Packers have a way better wide receiver, yet they just don't. They don't have anybody else under him.
Yeah, They don't. They don't. Their running back's okay.
We might be top 5 just because of depth. Really.
Yeah. I'm with you there, man. Just because we got we don't have the greatest player on the world on our team, like a Julio Jones or something like that, but we got a lot of really awesome players. Kenny Galladay, Marvin Jones Jr., DeAndre Swift. I mean, if you look upon at TJ Hawkinson, we have a lot of weapons, and the depth is there. Like you said, if one goes down, man, we got depth. Marvin Hall is no slouch. Marvin Hall's no slouch. So, we got depth there. I'm with you. 219 in the chat. Let's get those likes up, folks. I would truly, truly appreciate that. That's how the video goes viral. And I know I got folks all over the world. I love it. I seen my stats, and I think I've hit nearly every continent besides Antarctica. So if you're not from the United States, I appreciate you. So make sure you hit that like button, and we will go through there. Decker sucks. Here's a question. It says, ISN, evening, gentlemen. Thoughts on how scouts will look at prospects playing only in conference games? Clemson's ACC schedule too easy without playoffs. What do you think about that?
Well, if they do only playing conference games, then teams in any prospects in the SEC really you have a chance to either make or break your draft stock, because you're gonna be playing against a lot of good teams. I don't know if they're gonna have a conference championship game. Even if they don't, then that means I think it's the SEC West with Alabama, Auburn, Texas A&M, Mississippi, all them teams, LSU, they're really, because a bunch of top prospects are playing against each other, they're really gonna have they're gonna have a lot of ways to show themselves against real elite top talent. But teams like that, Clemson and the ACC is extremely, extremely weak. Other than Clemson, I don't even know there's another top 25 team, top 30 team in the ACC. Maybe North Carolina can continue to build, and if their quarterback takes the next jump, because they actually was pretty competitive with Clemson last year. But I wonder how that would work for Notre Dame though, because Notre Dame, anybody doesn't know, Notre Dame is an independent team. They don't really have a conference. They're they just it's just they schedule people. Notre Dame doesn't have a conference. They don't have a conference championship game. So I wonder how it would work for their season. Teams just teams with a lower, and especially outside the Power 5. If you're outside the Power 5, it's gonna be really hard to boost your draft stock unless you dominate. Because
that's facts, man. That's facts. I see that we got Alexander D says, "What's up, everyone? Just checking in. Hashtag OnePride, and you are a service member. I am a veteran. Thank you for their service. All veterans out there, all service members, I appreciate you. You guys are MVPs, no, like all the time, man. Absolutely love it, folks. I see 89 thumbs up. Come on, man. Let's break 100 right now. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't done so. What up, Chiefs, 49ers, Bucks, Seahawks, Green Bay? Please click the like button. Thank you, Dr. Detroit. And he is a member of mine. If you are not a member, come become a member, man. I appreciate it. Now, what were you saying? You go, speak your mind, Tone.
So I saw what he said about Green Bay being better. Green Bay isn't better. I mean, other than Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams, which are good. Those are really good top skill positions. Like Devontae Adams is better than any receiver we have, but they don't have any other receivers without that. Like their second best receiver is Marquez Valdes-Scantling. Like that's pretty much it. They have him, Devontae Adams, and a bunch of below average receivers. They have some solid running backs. The Seahawks are not better. All they have is Tyler Lockett, who's just a deep threat. DK Metcalf, who was just a deep threat. They have a bunch of running backs other than Chris Carson, who was really good. Rashad Penny is just like a really explosive running back, but he's not that good. Yeah. The Seahawks definitely aren't better. Now the Bucks, I would actually take the Bucks over. I would actually take the 49ers. I would take the Chiefs also. But yeah, but Seahawks and Green Bay, no.
Okay. Well, they also do have the officials, and to me, that is definitely a specialty group that they are rocking for sure. Adams over Kenny G. Come on, Tone, Tampa, and Saints. But let's get to the next question, which is some good news for our beloved Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions signed Cephus and Huntley to contracts, so we're getting close to being completely signed. The draftees. What do you think about Cephus and Huntley being signed up? Lockcock Ray Rowe.
So I don't expect any contract situation problems with any of our draft picks. Only one who could have had a problem would be Okuda, just because he's a top 5 pick. Sometimes top 5 is picks, especially first round picks, will have problems. But yeah, it's already good they're signed to the team. I pretty much view the team as like all the players already there. Yeah. Like pretty much all of them are preparing as if they're already on the team. So at this point, I just kind of consider them on the team.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Again, what I always say every time we get a new signee, because there's not a lot of news going on. So what I always say is, good, get in the playbook. Get ready to the playbook, because we need you guys to start. I mean, when training camp hits, you got to go. There's been no rookie mini camps. Training camp's a couple weeks away. We need these guys in the playbook and learning the X's and O's. Thank you to Matthew Stafford, the MVP right now, is our leader. Pushing these young guys. He's pushing Cephus, I'm sure. He's pushing Huntley. We all know he's got DeAndre Swift, rock-cock and rolling. We need these guys to get in the playbook. Because guess what, Huntley? You got to compete with Ty Johnson. Guess what, Huntley? You got to compete with Jamal Agnew. Same with you, Cephus. And it's not guaranteed that you guys are going to be on the team. I see 171 that is in there in the chat right now. Hit that like button if you have done so. I'm at 92. We got for hashtag Trox Strong, man. Let's hit that like button. Let's hit that like button for our boy Travis Troxel, who is hurting right now in his family, and he heard all the prayers. He wanted me to tell you guys are so awesome, and it's motivating him. You guys are absolutely awesome. He heard all the prayers, everything, and God bless you all. So when it comes to these guys getting signed, I'm happy. Let's see. If players really had major issues with playing for Detroit, these contracts starting would not go smoothly. OG Media is a bunch of liars. Okay. Hashtag ad, smash that like button. I appreciate hashtag truck spawn. John Kapler is a YouTuber as well. This guy made a video for Travis Troxel. He is now my MVP. You got to become a subscriber of his. I'm not sure how many videos he dropped up, but he dropped a nice one, and man, I appreciated that, so no doubt about it. PFF ranks the offensive line for our Detroit Lions middle of the pack. What's your thoughts, Tone?
I'm not surprised. Like, a lot of players have a lot to prove. Like, we have to see how Big V will work with for our team. Like, how much better he'll look for our team. How good Jonah Jackson will be. and how good will he look in our scheme? Because first of all, we don't even know what our scheme is going to be like that. We don't, because people forget we got a new O-line coach, and for the last 2 years, the Lions have been like especially on the run game, the Lions have been a mix of power and zone elements. Are we going to be more power? Are we going to be more zone? Because we picked up Big V, who would lean to like more of a power scheme, but we picked up Jonah Jackson, who also leans to more like a zone scheme. But then, we got to see how well Taylor Decker comes back, because Taylor Decker really looked good after the Arizona game, which most people believe he had an injury in that game, because he showed up on the injury report with a back problem, and after that game he didn't have any problems for most of the season. We also got to see how much better Frank Ragnow gets. How does Joe Dahl bounce back from injury is a big one, because Joe Dahl, he was pretty solid last year. He's about average. He's not going to lose you any games, but he's not going to be he's not going to make you lose a game, but he's not going to be one of the reasons you win a game. He's just going to be solid, do everything he can. And we also got to see how a bunch of these rookies adapt to the NFL. Also, how he's going to see if Bo can crack the starting lineup, because a lot of people don't know. Bo, the Lions, what they did last year for Bo is Bo in college, when he played for Wisconsin, he was a guard. So in the NFL, they put him on the practice squad and they taught him how to be a center.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see how he adjusts in his second year, getting better, adding more muscle and stuff. So, yeah, I'm not surprised they put us middle in the pack. It's like, I think we could be better in the middle of the pack, but like you can't give them the benefit of the doubt at the moment.
And Shadow Chief, I made you a moderator. That was me messing around, so I appreciate you. Right now, let me see, folks. Let me see here. I got to check my thing. 119 thumbs up. We're getting up there. I'd love to get 200. So if you haven't hit that like, do so. Middle of the pack, it seems about right for us, guys. We were ranked 11 last year, and that's pretty close to middle of the pack, right? So look, we removed Rick Wagner. We put in Halapalooty Vaitai. He is known for being a run blocker, and so I appreciate that, because that's what we want to do. We want to run the football. We want to run the football. And so we get Halapalooty Vaitai. We draft Jonah Jackson, and that helps with what they're doing. They Frank Ragnow, but Joe Dahl to me is the question mark. I feel he's the question mark. I do. Sternberg, I think Sternberg can eventually take him over. But what I say, folks, what have I said? I want to see them trade for Joe Thuney. I think if we trade for Joe Thuney, that middle of the pack would probably go up there near top 10. And look, I'm happy with their offensive line. I think it's good, but I want to see better. I want to see protection with our quarterback. I want to see him never go down. So I understand that I'm still a Thuney. Yes, I am. Tom Grassi is cool. Yes, he is cool. I want to see them get that and upgrade the roster. So I am 100% with them with being in the middle of the pack. But what about Joe Thuney to you? Would you like the Lions to acquire Joe Thuney?
So the thing is, I don't know if they'd be able to. For me, I don't like acquiring players unless I know I can sign onto a contract extension. Like, if you're on your last year of a contract, I need to know I'm gonna get you on a contract extension. I need to know that, because at that point, it's just a waste of assets. If I give up, like, let's say I give up first round pick for Joe Thuney, he leaves. Now I just lost the first round pick, and now I still got to find his replacement.
Facts.
That I don't want to have to deal with that. If we can talk, if he will agree to an extension, then yeah. But it also depends how much do they want for him. Yeah. Because I mean, if they want a first, I don't know if I would do a first. I could do like maybe a second or a third, maybe. Because I'm gonna say I could do maybe a second. I would love to do it like a third or later. Yeah. But I wonder if the Patriots would give that up.
Now, Don Burr says Microwave should move to guard. Hey, I would do that, but then Stafford's career would be over the next play. So I would be hated. And I'm already hated, but that would bring a hate upon me in which the likes that we have not seen. So You don't want me as a guard, man. Maybe, we could get Mark Orem in here. He's a big dude, 270 pounds. So maybe he could be a guard for sure. 90 million three. Yeah, I think we could get him. We could get him with a 3rd round pick, 4th round pick, because he's wanting a contract extension. I think that right now, understanding that this man wants a contract extension, it's not going to be he's got leverage compared to what the New England Patriots have leverage. And I like our offensive line depth. I want it secure. I want it 100%. I am worried. I just feel you have to run the football and you have to protect Stafford. I don't want it to be a deal where we're worrying about Stafford getting hit, because like you say, like everyone says, Stafford goes down, the odds of winning goes down. I had to put MicroMike at position. I would put him at safety. He's pretty buff. Well, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I wish we could be at the gym. Right now, it's not as buff as he could be. Yes, he wants a long-term deal, but he's expensive. He's worth it. But worth it. Yes, I think we could give him a long-term deal. We do got some cap space, and that would help put the offensive line from middle of the pack, which I kind of agree with, to a top 10 of the offensive line. So, and going upon that, Swift is actually considered one of the top offensive rookies of the year candidates by analysts. What do you think about that?
I mean, it makes sense. I mean, he was an early 2nd round pick. Mm-hmm. Most people knew about Swift coming into the draft. A lot of people consider him the best running back. Some people consider him the 2nd best running back.
Yeah.
Like him, Clyde, Judy, Lamb, and Ruggs. Like, other than them, I can't really think of anybody else you would really name as a candidate for offensive rookie. Well, Tua probably won't play. Burrow, Herbert won't be good enough because he's not that good. Jordan Love's not going to play. So he kind of has to be a top candidate. It just makes too much sense.
Now, Lucky says Penasini applies the pressure. He is definitely a top candidate to apply a lot of pressure. You put Penasini in the middle, and he just pokes through that line and just crushes anything in his path. That's what Penasini does. With a big Penasini, you can crush and stuff anything. And that's #facts. Make sure you check out Dosa Dion. I was live with him yesterday, and Penasini was live as well. When it comes to DeAndre Swift, I see it, man. I could definitely see it. I think Joe Burrow has probably the best chance. I think he's going to start immediately. But when you look at offensive rookie this year, you're always looking at generally a quarterback, a running back, or some crazy thing that happens to a wide receiver. Penasini applies so much lower body pressure. Oh my God, it's facts. It's #facts. Just ask TA. He knows all about that, man. I see there's 111 in the chat. Let's get those likes up. I is 164. I'd love to hit above 200. But yeah, look, I think DeAndre Swift actually has a legitimate chance to be it. I still think Joe Burrow is going to take it, but look, he is considered, to me, he was the best running back in the draft. And with what we do with our running backs is not just run the football, but we do it out of the backfield. We use our running backs a lot, and I have a feeling he's going to be utilized a lot. You got Darrell Bevel. He wants to run the football. He is committed to running the football. And with all our weapons, when it comes to T.J. Hockenson, Marvin Jones Jr., Kenny Galladay, Danny Amendola, that's going to open up running lanes as well. Plus you added Halapalooty Vaitai. You added Jonah Jackson to open up those holes a little bit. And just like how Penasini needs to stuff a hole, those guys needed to open up the hole. So I think he does have a legitimate shot. I would give him, there's a handful of players that I could say have a legitimate shot. I think it's going to be DeAndre Swift. I think it's going to be Joe Burrow. Maybe like a top wide receiver that comes out of nowhere. I think those are the guys that you would have to look at when it comes to offensive rookies of the year. What do you think about Joe Burrow? Do you think he has a chance to be offensive rookie of the year?
I mean, I think he has a chance. The problem is his O-line might be the worst in the league.
That's facts.
Like, that O-line is horrible. They have been horrible at drafting O-line. They made bad decisions at O-line. I still remember the draft when when we got Ragnow, the Bengals, one of the reasons, apparently the Bengals was like, well, we could either take we don't care if we get Ragnow or Billy Price. They'll both be good players.
Mm-hmm.
And then there with Billy Price, who was the worst O lineman on their team last year.
Yeah.
Like they have their O line is horrible. I think they did draft an O lineman. I think they drafted an O lineman. They have a good receiving core. It's pretty all right. We're going to see how AJ Green bounce back. They have I can see him be rookie of the year just because he's a QB.
Yeah.
And QBs usually like it's hard to beat out the QBs. Even if they don't have a great season.
Yeah.
He was the first overall pick and he's a QB. It's gonna be hard. You're going to be great just to beat that out by yourself.
Combat Sack says, how many games do you think we will get this season? I believe that we will have 16 games this season. I just not sure how it's going to go. I'm not sure if the fans are going to be in there, how it's going to look, but I do believe right now, even though every day it seems like the odds are going down a little bit, but I do believe that we will have 16 games this season, Combat Sack. And so for me, hopefully we do, but I do get nervous, folks. Noble Sports says, smash that like button. Yes, we're 16 away from 200. So if you can do that, if you even hit that like button, I would really appreciate it. Hoping they get Swift number 20. I don't think he's going to get number 20, folks. I think that's not going to happen. Tua will be MVP. Wait, maybe you can tell I listened to the herd. Well, that means he has to be on the field, and I don't believe he's going to be on the field, folks. I think he's not going to be on the field 16 games. I think he probably does get starts, but I just don't think it would Tua Tagovailoa. Yeah, I don't think he starts all 16 games. No.
I mean, Tua probably need to sit down a year. MVP,
yeah.
I could never see Tua getting MVP. Tua's not good enough to be an MVP.
Oh,
my
God.
I'm an Alabama fan, so I've seen a lot of Tua. Tua, like, here's the thing about Tua. A lot of people try to compare him to Russell Wilson, which is really disrespectful to Russell Wilson, to be honest. Like, he's not as athletic as Russell Wilson. He don't nearly have the arm as Russell Wilson. Like, Tua's arm is average at best. Russell Wilson's arm is above average. His accuracy is questionable. His mechanics, especially when throwing deep, is questionable. His decision making is questionable. Like, I remember in the championship game, one of his passes, it was a touchdown, but he wasn't even throwing it to the guy who cut the touchdown. Like, he just threw it up. Tua needs to improve on a lot because he tries to play backyard football, and that kind of worked because he played for Alabama. He had that super talented offense. He had all them talented receivers around him who can bail him out even if he makes a mistake. You're playing for the Dolphins now. Woo! And you're in the NFL. You not only is that a jump in talent, you're playing with one of the worst teams in the NFL.
Oh man! Oh no! I think they actually upgraded a lot of talent in that team on the Miami Dolphins.
They did, but
they did, man. They really upgraded.
But like when you upgrades, like they're still one of the worst because like they were 32 by a large margin. Like they were like most of the talent, especially was on defense. Anybody doesn't like if anybody saw what happened with Josh Rosen played the Cowboys, you will understand how talent deficit that offense is. The O-line can't block, the receivers can't catch, other than Devontae Adams and maybe the tight end. I forget his name. They drafted the tight end. Other than that, they don't really have anything on offense.
I don't give a ka-chuck. Welcome, man. Welcome here. Miami is getting on track. I think that they are, man. We're not trying to talk about Miami Dolphins as of right now, but I think they really did good in the draft and free agency. Let's see. Do you think Jalen Curse will take some of Will Harris playing time? Do you think that, Tone? Do you think it's possible?
Maybe it depends. I could see that because Jalen Curse is like really good. You know, a lot of people consider that like a really underrated signing. He did a lot for the Vikings. Like he was kind of like Isaiah Simmons before Isaiah Simmons. It just depends how much better does Will Harris get. You know, you put some better safeties around him. Maybe he can learn from a guy like Deron Harmon. You put him in his natural position as a box safety, and who knows what he can do. Like, we got to see what he can do first. I
think Harris has got time. He's got to develop, man. I think they put him in a bad spot last year. I'm actually not mad at Harris for what happened last year. I am not. I feel like they kind of threw him in the fire, and that was not what they should have done. Is there any chance I can get on one of these shows? One Pride Nation, hit me up on my DM Twitter feed, and we will get you on. Let's see. Remember Dan Marino too, very accurate. Yeah. So let's see. Contribution. I will definitely see Curse. Why do we want guys to learn? We need guys to perform. That's facts. I'm with you.
Well, you need guys to learn for guys to perform. That's why.
You got to do one.
Perform.
Now, SI writer John McCarron named Big V, Jesse James, and Justin Coleman as overpaid Detroit Lions. What is your thoughts on that? Do you think they're the overpaid Detroit Lions?
So Big B at this moment is slightly overpaid for me. It also depends how good he's gonna look when our O-line coach gets around him. Maybe he gets a lot better. Maybe he ends up being a steal. Coleman, no, I don't count Coleman as overpaid. Coleman was rightly paid, especially because the NFL is starting to move towards a lot of teams are starting to put their best receivers in the slot.
Yeah.
So now you need a really good slot receiver because you're going against guys like Keenan Allen and Tyreek Hill. You're going against these guys in the slot. So you need a really good slot cornerback who can hold up with these guys. Jesse James is overpaid last year. But the thing about it, Jesse James wasn't used that much in the offense. The tight end position itself wasn't used that much in the offense, period, other than TJ Hawkinson in that Cardinals game. So he's currently overpaid, but I don't think they've used him at this moment. So I think he's overpaid, but he's underutilized. So yeah.
Let's see. Harris is a better athlete than a football player. Let's see. I did make him a moderator. What's going on? General view. I don't see you in here much often anymore, but I appreciate you jumping on in. How is linebacker Christian Jones still on the team? This is the question of this century. How is he on the team? I don't know. Christian Jones sucks. He sucks. He's trash. He can't cover anything. Tone, how is this guy on the team? How is this guy on the team, man?
I think he's really on the team to be a Sam. I think because of injuries specifically, he was forced to cover sometimes, which he should never be in coverage. He's a Sam through and through. He's really supposed to be a role player, like a guy you might bring in on second and third down.
Yeah.
He's not a coverage player at all. And sometimes he was forced to be in coverage because A, nobody else could cover, and B, Jared Davis was injured. So you had to throw somebody else out there, and you wasn't other than besides Savai. But Christian Jones is I don't want to say Christian Jones is he's just a guy.
Yeah.
He just gonna be there. He should chase Daniels on the defense.
He's Chase Daniels in the defense. That's hashtag facts on facts crime, man. I 100% agree with you. Folks, we have 193 likes. 7 more to 200. Let's get to 200, and I would really appreciate that. I do believe he's got something on somebody. Mike, how do you feel when Bob Quinn gave him a 2-year extension in the middle of the season? I just shook my head. Why? What's the point, man? Some of these players I don't understand that happens, man. Be as a Mike, get the podcast show 200 likes for a guy, hashtag trucks strong. Yes, folks, if you don't know, our teammate, a member of ISN, had an injury and rolled a vehicle, and we need prayers for him. They're healing up. Surgery went well. I want to tell you guys that surgery did go well for his wife. And it's the recovery is long. The recovery is long, so we would absolutely appreciate it if you do hashtag truck strong. Throw that in there, or throw up prayer signs, because he eventually does see it. Because he after the last show, he was almost in tears of joy with how happy you guys showed out. So hashtag truck strong or the prayer sign. He would have loved to appreciate that. Great news, Dwayne Hogan. Yes. Surgery went fantastic, and I was very worried. We were very worried. When it comes to Big V, Jesse James, and Justin Coleman, yes, Big V, I do feel that it was slightly overpaid, but at the same time, how are you it's hard to get individual free agents to come to Detroit because our team is bad. And that's just facts. So for us to get better, we may have to overpay some free agents. And so I get that. When it comes to Justin Coleman, I really like Justin Coleman, guys. I truly do. And I think this year he's going to really explode to a much better position and show himself better that he does. And so at this point, I'm not too worried about Justin Coleman right now. Give me this year and see. Our defensive line was really bad last year. Really, really bad. And he was a very good slot corner for the team of the Seattle Seahawks. I think he can perform to that level, folks. It's just going to need a defensive line that can help do it. And Jesse James, yes. There's no excuse for that. Jesse James did not perform to the standard that was given to him in a contract. Matter of fact, he performed less than a rookie free agent player. I was not satisfied with the way he performed, and it's important that these guys get to a better level. Folks, I see we have 98 in the chat, steady, strong. I appreciate you guys. If you're not a subscriber of my channel or Tone, subscribe, folks, because about 60% of the people who watch my content are not subscribers, and that's insane. So I'd appreciate if you get to subscribe because we go live at any time. It's not just at 7 o'clock Tuesdays and Thursdays. Plus, we're going to do a new show. I will talk about it. I'm excited about that. And we do got our fantasy show. We are 2 away from 200. We just hit 200. You guys are absolutely awesome. 200 likes. You are the beast. Zara, what's going on? Go Lions. He's also a member of my channel. Hashtag Truck Strong. Hashtag Truck Strong. What do you think about Jesse James, Tone?
I like Jesse James. Jesse James he's one of the few tight ends on the team other than TJ Hawkinson who can, and I guess Isaac Nada, who can play as an inline tight end, can go to the slot, can be a red zone threat. The thing is, we didn't really use him that well. Like, we barely used him last season. We barely used most of the tight ends last season. When we really used our tight ends last season, like TJ Hawkinson showed out, but then, he started struggling because teams started actually really paying attention to him. I think that's part of it that falls on Darrell Bevel. Like, he didn't utilize the tight ends like that, especially like Jesse James in the red zone. The dude's 6'7". Like, why are we not throwing jump balls up to Jesse James in the red zone?
Yeah. He wasn't used. No, I agree with you, Lions Disease. You're correct. No, you're 100% correct. You're 100% correct. And I totally agree with your statement. He was saying about you judging Jesse James poorly, even though he wasn't used. He was not used correctly. That is 100% right. PC Palos says, Trox seems like a really good guy. Best wishes. He's an extremely awesome guy. He's one of the nicest guys out there. What's more likely, a Biden presidency in January or in 21, or the Lions playing in January in 21? I don't know, man. Yeah. I'm not a political guy, so you guys can go that in there. Infinite Sports Network, hashtag, I appreciate you. Why do people dislike the best Detroit Lions YouTuber? Well, I appreciate you. That was extremely nice, Za to the Raw, because Tone is the best Detroit Lions YouTuber, so I appreciate that. Hey, what's going on, Jorge, Bo Scarborough, Ty Johnson, as Bo Scarborough, period. I love Bo Scarborough. What say you, Bo Scarborough, or Ty Johnson?
I don't know if Ty Johnson will make the team, so yeah, definitely Bo Scarborough.
Bo Scarborough. Hey, to me, Bo Scarborough is a beast. Tell me what you guys think, Bo or Ty. Just do Bo or Ty and let us know. Let's see. Jesse James sucks, couldn't block. Yeah, he was more to be utilized as a pass tight end. So, yes, TJ got to play better. Will prove himself. All facts, folks. All facts. Okay, so should the Lions sign Clay Matthews? I've been hearing reports about that. Should the Lions sign Clay Matthews? What do you think, Tone?
I don't know. I think Clay Matthews is kind of washed up at this point. I don't think he really has anything left to give. Like, he didn't look that great in the Rams. Like, he had one good game. Other than that, I think at this point Clay Matthews is just kind of washed up. And he's not even out of all the pass rushers on the market, Griffin, who is above him.
Yeah.
I forget the other dude who used to play for the Giants last year. He's definitely above him. But yeah, I wouldn't he would have to be on a really, really good deal. like basically a minimum deal for me to want him on the team.
I see a lot of people say Bo and Ty, kind of mixed there. Clay Matthews, sorry, had to run for the gas station, no problem. Clay, yes, better than Jones. That is well, yeah, that's true, man. Man, Christian Jones is terrible. Clay Matthews is awful. I think he is a little bit washed up. Not over Everson. Yes, yeah, he wants. Man, if we don't get Everson, I think the Gridiron Blitz's head is going to explode. Great profile pick, Dern. He's got the best profile pick in the ISN. That's #facts. So me, I would say no to Clay Matthews. The only way I'd say yes if it guarantees that Christian Jones is gone. But other than that, no. I think it's I want to go younger at this point. I think he is kind of a little bit washed up. I think he's definitely getting over the edge. If it was to spell the end of Christian Jones, maybe that's one of those things I would like to look at and get in there. Yes, thank you. Well, it's facts, Dern. It's absolute #facts. Everybody knows it. And you do got it there. But I'd say no. Tell me what you guys think, yes or no. Whoa, okay, we're going to have a new member joining us, and that is the one and only Man Beast Morris. What's going on, Man Beast Morris?
What's good, man? What's happening?
Hey, who do you want? Do you want Clay Matthews to join the Detroit Lions?
No.
Explain yourself.
He's way out of his prime and washed up.
Do you got a nickname for him?
You said what?
You got a nickname for him that's actually suitable to be said?
No. I'm just going to call him Clay Matthews.
Okay. He is the master of nicknames. If you don't know Man Beast Morris and you're not a subscriber to his channel, you're crazy, man. This dude comes up with the greatest nicknames. I die every time he comes up with something. A Fumbula. We got all sorts of nicknames, man. All sorts of nicknames for him. Let's see here. What is your favorite Lions uniform ever? And that requires even old ones. Would you bring one back? What's your favorite one, Man Beast? The Detroit Lions uniform.
The one that Barry Sanders wore.
Okay.
Those just look so sweet. Like, it looks so slick, and I just like it. So.
Yeah. What say you, Tone? What Lions uniform do you like the most?
For me, it's gonna have to be the black color rush jerseys. Like, I really like those jerseys, but we don't get to wear them because we don't get any primetime games.
Okay. I see you. Those black unis are legit, folks. And guess what, man? Your boy owns a Kenny G black one. And it's signed Kenny G black one. They are cool. I do like them, man. I do like them. Oh man. Black unis, they are cool, man. Black here also. Yeah, I think the black ones are legit cool. I do like them. But yeah, I'm going to say black unis too. I'm going to say it, man. I think it'd be cool to wear it. I think it would be cool to wear it and see that back in there. I think Megatron wore a black uni for 2008, right? Or 2000. Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
That was a cool one. The Color Rush. Okay, I see Color Rush in there. Okay, so Tone, I'm gonna have to take that from you, Mike. I know, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you're gonna steal it, man. No doubt about it. What say you, Man Beast Morris, when it comes to DeAndre Swift? What do you think his stats are gonna look like this year?
I'm gonna say all-purpose yards. He probably gonna get around 12 to 1,300, around there. I say about 600 to 700 rushing yards, about another 400 receiving.
Woo! My God, he going all in. He's taking that strong D and just pounding it. He wants to make sure that D gets strong, pounded into there, and make DeAndre Swift just crush anybody in his way. What say you, Tone? What do you think DeAndre Swift, his numbers going to look like?
I think rushing yards, he might get around 800 maybe. Receiving yards, I can see him getting to like 200, 300 because I don't think that, like, the Lions are going to use a bunch of running backs. So I don't see him getting the craziest numbers.
Yeah. I'm with you there. I 100% agree. I don't think it's going to be crazy numbers. But, man, I want Man Beast Morris numbers. That's what I want. I want to see that. But I think it's going to be because we got Bo Scarborough and Kerryon Johnson. I think they will get utilized a little bit. But, yeah, TA give that. You got to get that strong D. Imagine if we had Penasini on the offensive line. Penasini punctuating, just pushing that offensive line because he has a strong D. When Penasini takes his strong D and he pushes that offensive line, then Swift can just go behind Penasini, get through the hole, very slickly, very swifty, and get to the second and third level and score. It's all about scoring. And I think that
I'm trying not to laugh. I'm like, what? What is this conversation going into?
Hey, we're talking Detroit Lions football, guy. Penasini, strong D, pushing and scoring, pulling. It's all about. And I like long drives. I don't like these small, really quick 1 minute drives, because when you're a 1 minute offense, like you score quick and it's over. But if you do a nice and slow, methodical, long drive with Swift going behind a strong D and pushing, you can really caress the situation and win it over. So I think that's what it's all about, folks. I think that's what it's all about. Let's see here. What happens, Man Beast Morris, if the Detroit Lions do not make the playoffs?
I'm gonna lose my mind. That's what's gonna happen. I'm not accepting nothing else for an answer. Like, if we don't go to the playoffs, it's plain and simple. Patricia, he's gonna get killed, and Bob Quinn especially, because I don't know what to say, but that Mahomes deal, ever since I seen Mahomes get that contract, everything should be possible to build a winner. That's how I feel right now. I see him get a $400 million+ contract. No excuse not to build a team. Well, then they gonna say with the Chiefs, it ain't got nothing to do with the Chiefs. But you get what I'm saying, though.
Can you show the people, because we got near 100 people in here. They may not be your subscribers, what a Man Beast Morris rant looks like?
Man, I could rant all kinds of ways. I had calm rants. I had raging rants. I had all types of rants.
Man Beast Morris, if you like rants and you're in a bad mood, you go to Man Beast Morris channel. He will make you feel better, because that's where I actually became a YouTuber for Man Beast Morris, Everything King, and Gridiron Blitz. When I see Man Beast Morris rant, I die, and it made me want to do it. Now, PC Payload, he brought in a very logical question here. So he says, question, so if Penasini sacks Rodgers from behind, would you say he got manhandled? Yes. When Penasini comes from behind, he turns from Aaron Rodgers to Sharon Rodgers quick. That's facts. But what say you, Tone? What happens if the Detroit Lions don't make the playoffs?
It really depends if they're in contention to make the playoffs in December, which I expect them to do. And if they are, they probably Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn are gonna get another year, and we're gonna see what the expectations are for next year.
Yeah. Here's the deal. If we don't make the playoffs, I'm gonna do a Mike Beast Morris rant. And it's gonna be real. I'm gonna get real angry, because I'm tired of not seeing the playoffs. There's 7 teams in the NFC now, and 9-7 is not good enough. We went 9-22 in 2 years. We better make the playoffs, folks. We have to make the playoffs. I'm gonna go crazy, man. And then if we go 7-9 or 6-10, and Patricia's still in here, I'm gonna be mad, man. I'm gonna be mad. But I think it is playoffs or bust, folks. I do believe it's playoffs or bust. I think if we don't make the playoffs, it's a wrap, man. I think that Patricia gets fired, and potentially Quinn could get fired. It's one of those deals where, what if we don't make the playoffs due to COVID-19? Oh, no, that's a different story. If we don't make the playoffs due to COVID-19, well, guess what? No one's making the playoffs. There'd be no season. So, I mean, you can't I'll be upset because there's no football, but I can't hold that against anyone in the office. Let's see here. Here's the season 5-0, lose out with the last game. Yes. Thoughts on Lions defensive coordinator Corey Undlin coming from the Eagles as a DB coach. What do you think about Corey Undlin, Man Beast Morris?
He's just another guy that Patricia gonna lean his head on. I want the defense to be really dominant, but
Yeah.
Paul Pepperoni and the way he ran the defense, it was all Patricia. At the end of the day, it all went through Patricia, and it's his scheme. So I don't feel no way about him getting signed to Lions. Maybe he could do a couple tweaks to the defense. I don't know, but for the most part, I'm not going to really give a positive answer until I actually see some positive results on the defense, because I'm paying very close attention to that defense this year. Very close attention. More so than the offense.
That's facts on facts crime. What say you, Tone? What do you think about Corey Unlin?
I have to see what his philosophy is going to be like, because at the end of the day, it's going to be Patricia's scheme, and they're probably going to game plan together. But at the same time, he's going to be the play caller of the defense.
Yeah,
like Paul Pasqualoni, he is part of the reason the defense is so bad. It's Patricia's defense, yet he is the play caller for a reason. Like, the play caller is going to call the plays. It's Patricia's scheme. He has everything in place, and they probably going to they're probably going to talk about what they're going to be the game plan is and everything. But at the end of the day, Patricia is letting him call the plays. Like, Patricia didn't start calling plays last year until Pasqualoni really started struggling. So we're going to see what Corey Underlin is going to do, because especially, we ain't seen no camps or nothing. So we really going to have to wait to see how he's going to, especially with no preseason, we really are not going to get much information about how you're going to run the defense.
Folks, if you have not hit that like button, please do so. We're at 202 likes. I'd like to get past 207 because that's our record now, and that was Tuesday. We had 207 likes. If we can get to 208, that would be legit. Corey Unlin is going to be a player-friendly coach. I believe so. I think that's the type of person he's going to be. I think just because Pepperoni is gone, I think it's an upgrade. I'm not 100% sure what he brings, but Pepperoni was trash. He was trash juice. Pepperoni was Lake and Tomlinson trash. He was Fumbula trash. He was up there of the trash heap. And so, yes, I think he'll be better. I'm not 100% sure. Hopefully he actually calls plays. Like I said I think it was Tuesday I said this. I want to see the defensive coordinator be the defensive coordinator and the head coach be the head coach. And so that's kind of what my thinking is. Okay, what happened? Hey, what's going on, Monterey Moore? He says, hashtag everybody. Man, yeah, we are actually ISN, man. Sports Movement Network is gone. Gunther was better than Pepperoni. Yes. My snot is better than Pepperoni. But what happens if we're below 500, Man Beast Morris, and we're 5 wins, 6 wins, 7 wins?
Fire Patricia. Just get rid of everybody, including Stafford. I'm saying that right here on camera. I know J-Mo or whoever ain't gonna like that or whatever, but it's time, man. It's just time to move on, man, and start going another direction. We've been going in the same direction for how long? So, yeah, I know a lot of people are not gonna agree with that in the comment section. I'm saying get rid of Stafford just because he don't deserve to be in this trash heap of a team for this long. Be just wasting his career and with the kittens. They the kittens till they win. So
Monterey Moore says Travis Troxel is better than Pepperoni. Hashtag Trox Strong, man. I don't know if you heard about this, Man Beast Morris, but Travis Troxel got in a really bad car accident. Wife had multiple surgeries, broken arms in multiple places.
Oh, yeah, he told me about that on Twitter.
Yeah. So hashtag Trox Strong. Throw that in the Twitter feed. He's gonna see this, and it makes him happy. He's seen it on Tuesday, and he was very happy, man. So throw up the prayer signs. Throw up the hashtag Trox Strong. What say you, Tone? What happens if we're below 500?
It really depends, because this 7th seed is really gonna be interesting, because honestly, next year there might be a team like another team since that Seattle Seahawks team that makes the team without a 500 record. Because the NFC is gonna be really weird, especially because it's already a really competitive year. Like, if we go like 7-9, 6-10, like, we probably still can be competitive for the playoffs, and I don't see them getting fired. But if we go 5 or 4 wins, which I don't see that happening, they probably will get fired, and it's probably just gonna be like, they're probably gonna clean house and just do a whole new rebuild.
Yeah, I'm with you there, folks. It's been an hour, so go ahead and throw questions. Since we do not have a lot of people on the show, it's I tend to make it a little bit less because it's difficult to keep something going on a show when you don't have that many people. So throw questions in there, and it's your time to speak whatever you want. But okay, bold prediction, Tone. What's a bold prediction for 2020?
Bold prediction.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Okuda will win Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Whoa, that's bold, bro. I like it. I would love it. What say you, Man Beast Morris? Bold prediction from the Man Beast. He said Jeff Okuda win DOY.
It's a possibility. It is. Look at his abilities. Look what he did at Ohio State. Why not him? So
I'm with. Hey, that's bold. What say you? You got a bold prediction besides that?
no, I mean, I don't have none right now.
Yeah.
What? Maybe the Lions go 13-3. That's
Okay.
could be a bold prediction, but
That's facts. Okay, I would like that. I'd like that bold prediction, man. I would like that bold prediction. My bold prediction is Man Beast Morris will have under 6 Man Beast Morris rants because we're going to win. I think we'll win 10 games this year. So you won't have that many bad rants going on. That's a good thing. What team do you want to beat most? Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you about to say something. I got to hear this.
Yeah, I was just gonna say something goofy like if I keep my rents under 5. I mean, yeah, you know what that means. But yeah, I don't want to be a team that be a 7 seed and be 6-10 and get just absolutely snowstormed in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Just absolutely destroyed. So, what a 7 seed play? Say like we a 7 seed. What do we play? The 2 seed or the 3 seed? I don't know how that goes.
I think it's the 2 seed. I think 7 would play number 2.
Yeah, I think the number 1 gets a bye.
Okay.
Buffed Up says Okuda over Chase Young. I think Chase Young gonna be special. What team do you want to beat most this season, Tone?
This season, probably gonna be the Bucks because I think they're super overrated.
Ooh, okay.
And the Dominican Sue's on the team, so that just makes it better.
Yeah, it does. It does make it better. What say you, Man Beast?
The Minnesota Vikings.
Ooh, I like it.
I want to kill them. Like, I'm tired of getting blown out by them. I'm tired of these games just getting out of control, going against this team. I'm sick of it. So we need a revenge tour this year. There's a lot of teams I want to destroy this year.
Yeah. I want the Packers. I'm still salty over that game with the hands to the face. I hate Sharon Rodgers, bro. I hate the Packers, man. I can't stand that team. Every time Sharon Rodgers looks at a referee, a flag's thrown. And it screws us, man. I can't stand that team. I hate the Packers. When Jay Cutler was with the Chicago Bears, I hated the Bears. I don't hate them that much now, but I hate the Packers. Sharon Rodgers, man. I can't stand that guy, man. I can't stand him. Jordan Love, once he starts playing, we'll see. But I don't like Sharon Rodgers and hands to the face and whining and crying. I can't stand it, man. I just want to beat them, man. Tell me what teams you guys want to beat. I do see a lot of Packers. I see the JGB says the same, both. Yeah, man, I'm with you. I'm with you there, man. I'm with you there. Look, man, what's your all thoughts on the NFL possibly canceling this season because the players are thinking about not playing because the league wants to take 35% of their contract? I didn't hear about the 35% of the contract, but I can see it's possible. Like I said earlier, I said, man, I'm getting worried as each day passes that the season could get canceled just because you're seeing people that may opt out, apparently losing 35% of your pay. What say you, Man Beast Morris? Are you a little bit worried about that?
Yeah, that we might not get a season. I could see that happening, but I also see us playing. But I mean, we don't get a season. I'm gonna be upset because I've been waiting for months for this. But I get to say the reasons why not. So
I'm with you there too. What about you, Tone?
This doesn't worry me because to be honest, to me, it doesn't make any sense. Because if you don't play, the salary cap is probably going to go down if you do not play. And the salary cap just went up. You just got the 7 playoff game. You just got the 17th regular season game. About this 35% decrease. I had never heard anything about this, but I would figure it'd be temporarily. Like if you do not play this season, it's going to affect the salary cap for years. Because the salary cap has been increasing every single year. In the NBA, people are really scared about a salary cap decreasing because that's what they're probably going to have. The NFL hasn't had this problem, but imagine the NFL gets a salary cap decrease, then everybody's contract is going to be affected from the future, not just this year, but the next couple years.
Make sure you subscribe to Monterey Moore. He's a Lions YouTuber. He keeps it 100, man. That dude keeps it 100, as well as Man Beast Morris, one of my favorite YouTubers out there. He's a Detroit Lions YouTuber, Pistons YouTuber, and he talks about rap and other stuff. So to subscribe to his channel, the guy he's really funny, man. I'm telling you, every time we lose a game, you can guarantee you I'm listening to that rant the next day, if not during when it happens. So I want the NFC North. I do too. Man Beast, you think we can win the NFC North this year?
Yes, I do. I definitely do. I think this division is weak. I don't think nobody's really that good. I don't like the Packers this year. I think their defense is marshmallowly soft, especially in the run defense. The secondary is questionable. Then you got the Bears. The Bears, they still got a solid defense, but it's nowhere near the level it was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
The Vikings, they always had a solid defense, but they definitely could be had. Like I seen Matthew Stafford absolutely just throw bombs and destroy them on that side of the ball, but we always come up on the losing end because our defense can't stop nobody. So, but I think our defense, if we could be average, at least we can win this division.
What say you, Tone? Can we win the division?
We can. I don't think we will because first of all, our division is the thing about our division is it's been probably the toughest division in NFL for like a very long time.
Yeah.
Like especially when there were only 6 playoff game teams. Like the NFC North was going to be one of those wild card teams pretty much every single year. The division has only gotten harder as the years got along. Last year they actually gave the Packers a defense. They actually. Like the Bears picking up Nick Foles and getting rid of Mitch Trubisky is an upgrade because Mitch Trubisky is probably like Blake Bortles 2.0. The Vikings got worse because they lost like guys like Diggs, but they also replaced they got rid of Diggs, but they picked up a receiver in the first round. I think the Vikings are actually going to win the division this year.
Yeah, Vikings are a tough team. Want to show some love, some Miss Brandy Hodges, who is the best Brandy that I know. She is awesome, man. Anthony says, if there isn't a season this year, how does it affect the players who are supposed to be rookies and players like Patrick Mahomes, who extensions start at the beginning of the season? That's interesting when it comes to contracts. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure how that affects via contract. No doubt about it. What the Lions player can Patricia not afford to piss off like we did Slay have to rebel again? What Lions player can Patricia not afford to make mad? What player can he not afford to make mad? Matthew Stafford. I think if he makes Matthew Stafford mad, that's a big uh-oh. What say you, Man Beast? What player can he not make mad?
Same here. If you make him mad, I mean, this team is gonna be trash juice again.
Trash juice. That's facts. That's facts juice. What say you, Tone? What player can Patricia not get angry?
Yeah, it's definitely gotta be Matthew Stafford. He's the franchise player. He's the best player on the team. Like Slay rebelling, it matters. But then you got like on defense, you got like Trey Flowers and Justin Coleman and guys who believe in Patricia. But if you make Matthew Stafford, who is a Patricia believer at the moment, if you make him upset, then that would be the boiling point right there.
That's 100%, man. The Packers, sadly, our threats is Sharon Rodgers is in the heels of the uniform. Akuda, yes, salute to MicroMike. Shout out to Man Beast Morris. Definitely shout out to Man Beast Morris, man. Just let Stafford run hurry up in the fourth quarter. I know, right? You know, I've been saying that. Just let Stafford run the hurry up in the fourth quarter because every time he does that, Man Beast, we always score. What say you about that, man?
Yeah, Stafford, I think he's the most dangerous quarterback in the NFL under no huddle.
Yeah.
Like once he get in the rhythm, it's just like he's unstoppable. I seen him do it. I don't know why they don't do it more often. I seen him do it like a very few stretches with jump blows, and I see him do it with him a couple times, and then they just stopped doing it all of a sudden. And he was effective with it. He was carving up defenses, and I don't know that like have one of the quarters, like the second quarter, middle of the second quarter, just out of nowhere, just start no huddling and just start doing it, throw the defense off balance. I don't know why we don't do that more often.
I agree.
It irritates me.
Folks, we're at 207 thumbs up. If we get one more thumbs up, that's a record breaker for me. I've never had 208. 207 was Tuesday. Let's get to 208. I would be happy. ISN, did you guys even draft a replacement for Darius during the draft this year? And with the type of coverage you guys are doing on defense, yes. With the third overall pick, the Detroit Lions drafted Jeff Okudah from Ohio State. That will be Darius Slay's eventual replacement. Also, last year, we drafted Amani Awarie in the 5th round. That guy is he's getting better each. Man, he got really good compared to how he was playing in the beginning last year to what he was doing in the late last year. So I think Okudah is obvious. Oh, 210, man, record breaker. I appreciate you. 210 thumbs up. You guys are MVPs. We went 7-1 in the division and did not win the division. Yes, I remember when that happened. That was very frustrating. If I had $1 for every time I've said that to my TV, I'm not sure what that. I must have missed it. Once a quarterback gets in rhythm, there is unstoppable. Yes, I agree, man. When Stafford does that 2-minute offense, he is unstoppable, Tone. What do you think about that 2-minute offense? Would you like to see Stafford do that more?
Yes, but the only thing about, like, I don't want them forcing the issue. Like, Stafford feel like he has to make a throw that he doesn't have to, because it's like he doesn't have the time to like wait and dig and dump down the field. That's the only problem. Like when you get the 2-minute offense, like it speeds up your offense, like, but also what it'll sometimes do for some QBs, it'll make them think, oh, I gotta make this play, which will make them make some really good throws, like that. He'll make some really good throws, but then he might make like a bad decision.
ISN from Anthony says, I want your guesses. Great for my Dolphins draft this year from perspective of Lions fan. I think you guys did fantastic in the draft. I think you did great in the draft. I think you did great in free agency. I don't think your team's going to be playoff contending this year, but your team reminds me of the Detroit Lions in 2010. We started off slow, and then at the end, we won 4 games straight, and then we went 5 games wins in 2011 straight. You guys really have built. I think if Tua sits behind Fitzpatrick this year and just sits back, heals, and learns, I think he could be a quality quarterback. And you guys drafted really well. I mean, you had 3 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and then you did well in free agency. So I think your team's actually on the rise in that sense. But I don't think you're going to be a playoff contender this year. But that ain't bad, man. You guys were a bad team. I mean, the 5th pick in the draft, you were like the Lions, man. I mean, it's hard to go from that, like a 49er type of team. Slay was being a girl, good riddance. Hey, man, that's making fun of girls with the way he was acting. OnePride Nation, Miami Talk. I think the Dolphins are a surprise team in the division. I think they could be, man. I think they're going to be good. I just don't think they win it. I think they'll be like an 8-8 type team, something like that, around there. They did really, really good in free agency in the draft, man. And so you can't knock their hustle. They did that. What do you think about the Dolphins draft, Tone?
The Dolphins had a pretty solid draft. Tua at number 4, that was a solid pick. It probably could have been better, but I mean, he was. To be honest, I'd rather have Jordan Love over Tua. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I'd rather have Jordan Love over Tua, but number 4 Tua, I can't knock it. Getting Austin Jackson, that's a really nice pick, big athletic tackle. He's kind of raw at the moment now, so I mean, but they needed people for that O-lineman. I mean, their best O-lineman is Eric Flowers, who got moved to guard, and he's like below average probably at the best.
That's why it's a good thing to keep Fitzpatrick as a quarterback.
Yeah. They drafted Noah Ikmanogany, super athletic cornerback. I'm pretty sure he's a converted wide receiver. He's kind of raw at the moment, but you're running that Brian Flores is running like that, that Lions Patriots scheme, so you really need corners for that scheme. Drafting Robert Hunt in the second, that was a pretty solid move. I think Raekwon Davis in the second, that was a reach in my opinion. Like he just doesn't offer much because like he's strong at the point of attack. He got long arms. He's kind of athletic, but he doesn't get rid of blockers. He just kind of dances with them. And sometimes he'll wait too long. And sometimes like in the game against, if you watch the South Carolina game, it was like his best game. Yeah. And even in that game, he had moments where he wouldn't get rid of the blocker and he'll just get pancaked or get rolled downfield. I feel like he should have been like a 3rd round pick at the earliest. Getting Solomon Kinley, that was a pretty nice pick. He's a real solid big guard out of Georgia, not the strongest, but he's a big dude. Getting Jason Strowbridge, I liked him out of North Carolina. If you ever watched him at the Senior Bowl, he's kind of like a Deshaun Hand, except he's a lot smaller. He can play, and strong side and when on passing down, it's probably gonna move to like 3 tech. Getting Curtis Weaver in the 5th, that was also a really good pick out of Boise State. A lot of people had him as like a first, second round pick. I wasn't with that. I feel like he was very overrated but getting him in the 5th was like more around how I feel about him, especially because he came from Boise State. Like he didn't play against that many good tackles. I just feel like they had a solid draft.
OnePride Nations, he's going to go crazy if I don't shout him out. He's a Detroit Lions YouTuber. Subscribe to his channel if you haven't done so. Man Beast Morris, what was your favorite Detroit Lions draft pick?
You already know. You should already know that one. Swift.
Yeah.
Swift was my favorite pick. I was one of this guy before the draft. I was like, we need to get this guy.
You and me both, bro.
I'm surprised we even pulled the trigger because the Lions hate drafting running backs. They hate drafting running backs that's actually productive. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was my favorite pick. That one and the Cephas pick.
I took so much heat because in my mock draft I said the Detroit Lions are going to take DeAndre Swift, and I actually had the Lions trading from the 2nd round into the late 1st round to get DeAndre Swift. I think I had every person on there said there's never going to happen. They're not taking this guy. I mean, I got mocked. So when they drafted, and I was live when they drafted, I was live streaming on Travis' channel. When they drafted DeAndre Swift, I was like, yeah, all you. I was like, they got my guy, man. That TA, he told me about this guy. I checked him out. That dude's a beast, man. I love DeAndre Swift. What about you, Tone? Who's your favorite draft pick?
Oh, easily Julian Okwara.
Oh, okay.
I feel like Julian Okwara, if he didn't break his leg, would have been a 1st round pick. And even after the injury, I still feel like he should have been a 2nd round pick. Like the dude is super talented. He's explosive, got long arms, but he's not too tall, so he can still get on the offensive line in pads. He could get a really good bull rush because he has some really impressive upper body strength. His lower body strength is kind of questionable, especially after the leg injury. So you won't really see that big of an improvement till like next year. But yeah, I just really like him. I feel like he should have went in the 2nd.
Yeah, man. I hope he pans out because we need him to pan out. I just think it's awesome. He's going to be with his brother, and his brother can help him with understanding the playbook for sure. It's funny. Let's see. It's funny during the draft when the Dolphins drafted Raheem Davis, the comparison they had with Ndamukong Suh. Well, that's a good comparison to have. When Ndamukong Suh was a monster for us. Would you rather have Patricia or Eric Benemy next year? It depends where we draft, or it depends where we go. If we're a bad team and we're a 6-win team, a 5-win team, a 7-win team, I'll take Man Beast Morris as head coach. I'll take Eric way before that because I want to win. What say you, Man Beast?
Yeah, same here. So if we don't win, Patricia, get your junk and get out of office.
Mm-hmm. What say you, Tone? I know you're more patient.
I would probably have to take Patricia. I don't think Eric Bieniemy has to do much. I mean, other than Matt Nagy, most of the Chiefs offensive coordinators don't have to do much because it's Andy Reid's one of the best offensive minds in the league. You don't have to do much, especially with Tyreek Hill, Sammy Watkins, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. You don't have to do much to make that offense good. Like you have to put in very little effort. Then you add in you're using Andy Reid's scheme. He's been one of the best offensive mind in the NFL for a very long time. Other than like guys like a Matt Nagy who really put his mark on the scheme and then showed himself in Chicago. I'd just rather stick with Patricia.
Okay, I know you're more the patient type, and we need people like you because I'm impatient, and I want wins immediately. So I get it, folks. We've been on for nearly an hour and a half now, and generally when we got a skeleton crew like this, we don't go 2 hours. We only go an hour and a half, and so we're gonna do final words, man. Tone, what do you got to say to the folks out there as we close this bad boy out?
Yeah, it was nice being on here with y'all today. I had a fun time, and Chase Daniels is better than Cam Newton.
That's funny, folks. Also, man, we got to see DVE. They got to get and do a live stream all together, man. I love DVE. Get Monterey Moore, get Man Beast Morris, get all the guys up in there, man. Everything King, get the fellas. You guys got to do something, man, and I want to watch it. But what say you, Man Beast Morris, when we close this bad boy out?
Final words, DeAndre Swift, do not use car oil to carry the football like Amir Abdullah.
Bambula.
And second, Lions, y'all better win this season, man. I'm going off if y'all don't. I'm serious. This division is that bad to me. It's too many turnovers in this division, so we got to get it together. But that's my final words right now.
He wants me to ask this really quick. So he says, this is general football question. I noticed this recently. The college coaches are not really that successful in the pros, but pro coaches are more successful in colleges. That's why, because there's a different mentality. You're teaching, instead of you're teaching kids in college, you're teaching grown adults who have kids. And they generally don't want to get treated like they're a child. And they want to have their freedom. So I think that has a lot to do with it. And when you have people that, i.e., if you look at my coach, Chip Kelly, and he was a hooroo guy in college, you're not going to do that in the NFL. But with that said, folks, I want to say 1 second. I want to say, hey, I appreciate everyone stopping out tonight. Another great show. Man Beast Morris is awesome. I appreciate you, man, and coming up on here. One of my favorites, Detroit Lions YouTubers. You got me coming in this game. You King and a Gridiron Blitz, man. So I appreciate it. Everybody that showed out, I appreciate you. 212 likes. That's awesome. We got over 200 some people in today in the chat. So I appreciate it. Next show is on Tuesday. And hopefully we'll get a much bigger cast. Because guess what? Vacation's starting to come over. With that said, folks, I'll leave you with this. Wash your hands and adios.